Steam hissed, pistons surged, the 1925 Doble E-20, leaving rivals stunned. Was it the greatest steam car ever built, or simply the most ambitious gamble in automotive history? For answers, we must go back to the man who built it. Abner Doble wasn't just another tinkerer chasing the fading dream of steam. He was the man determined to perfect it. Born in 1890 in San Francisco, Doble grew up in an era where steam power was already giving way to gasoline engines. Yet he saw potential others dismissed. By his early 20s, he was designing prototypes that could start instantly and run clearly and deliver relentless torque without gears or clutches. Unlike most steam car builders who adapted crude boiler designs from locomotives, Doble engineered compact high-pressure flash boilers with near miraculous efficiency. He combined this with an obsessive eye for quality, insisting on the finest materials and exact tolerances. Where others accepted limitations, he engineered around them. The result was a vehicle that could outperform petrol cars in speed, silence, and smoothness. Doble didn't just want to build a better car, he wanted to prove steam could outclass the very technology replacing it. And the E-20, he may have done exactly that, leaving a legacy of ambition and precision still unmatched. We must first confront steam's bad reputation too. In the early 20th century, steam cars carried a stigma. They were seen as slow to start, temperamental in bad weather, and mechanically complex. Quirky relics from a bygone era. Gasoline cars could be started instantly with a key, while most steamers required minutes to build pressure. Maintenance was messy, and breakdowns were frequent. Abner Doble knew these flaws were real, but he also knew they weren't unsolvable. The 1925 Doble E-20 shattered every expectation. Thanks to its flash steam boiler, it could start from cold in under 30 seconds, faster than some gasoline cars of its day. It ran cleaner, producing virtually no visible exhaust. Its design required no gears, clutch, or constant shifting, just smooth, uninterrupted torque. And it didn't overheat. In fact, it thrived in extreme conditions. For drivers used to rattling engines and gear grinds, the E-20's silent surge felt almost otherworldly. In one stroke, Doble had transformed steam from an outdated novelty into a credible, even superior alternative to internal combustion. To see why, we need to look beneath its elegant, polished shell. At the heart of the 1925 Doble E-20 was its greatest weapon, a flash steam boiler unlike anything the automotive world had seen. Instead of the bulky, slow-heating boilers of old, this compact, high-pressure system converted water to steam in seconds, feeding it directly to a 4-cylinder compound engine. The result was instant, relentless torque from 0 RPM, no gears, no clutch, no lag. While gasoline cars needed careful shifting to stay in their power band, the E-20 simply surged forward in a single seamless pull. Drivers could glide from a standstill to 75 miles per hour with no mechanical fuss. The only sound a faint hum beneath the hood. Its acceleration rivaled the finest luxury gas cars of the era, and it did so without vibration or mechanical harshness. On steep hills where petrol engines strained and sputtered, the E-20 climbed effortlessly. Every push of the throttle was met with immediate smooth response, a sensation that left early testers convinced they were experiencing not just a car, but a glimpse of the future. But performance was only half the story. Its luxury was equally astonishing. The Doble E-20 wasn't merely a technological marvel, it was a statement of elegance. Every detail spoke of craftsmanship that rivaled the finest marquees of the 1920s. The body, often custom built by elite coach builders, featured sweeping fenders, deep paint finishes, and chrome accents polished to a mere shine. Inside, passengers were surrounded by rich hand-stitched leather and inlaid hardwood panels, each piece cut and finished to perfection. The cabin was designed for comfort as much as style. Plush, overstuffed seats absorbed every bump, while the near-silent drivetrain created an atmosphere more like a private rail car than an automobile. Even the controls were crafted with care, solid, precise, and somewhat intuitively placed. Unlike most luxury cars of the time, which demanded compromises in performance or refinement, the E-20 delivered both in abundance. It was the rare machine that could whisk its owner to the opera in serene comfort, then outpace competitors on the open road. In every respect, it wasn't just transportation. It was an experience of power and prestige. Still, true greatness is proven not in theory, but on the road. The 1925 Doble E-20's reputation wasn't built in workshops. It was forged in public demonstrations that silenced skeptics. One of the most famous came when a Doble effortlessly out-accelerated a Packard Twin 6, leaving onlookers in disbelief. In another test, it covered nearly 1,500 miles without mechanical failure, a feat few gasoline cars of the era could match. Its range approached 1,000 miles per water fill, and thanks to its sealed system, it lost almost no steam during operation. Cold starts, the bane of earlier steamers, were dispatched in under 30 seconds, even in freezing weather, a fact Abner Doble delighted in proving to reporters. Drivers marveled at the eerie silence as the car glided past at highway speeds. They only sound the wind over the bodyboard. Hills posed no challenge, and overtaking was instantaneous. The E-20 wasn't just keeping pace with petrol competitors, it was outperforming them in nearly every measurable way. By the time demonstrations ended, even the most devoted gasoline loyalists were forced to admit steam was still a force to be reckoned with. Yet perfection came at a price the market wouldn't pay. For all its brilliance, the 1925 Doble E-20 was born into a world already committed to gasoline. Mass production had driven petrol car prices down, while Dobles remained hand-built, each one consuming months of labor in the finest materials available. That level of craftsmanship came at an extraordinary cost, often several times the price of a Cadillac or Packard. Worse still, the mid-1920s brought economic uncertainty. The car-buying public wanted affordable, reliable transportation, not bespoke engineering marvels. Steam technology, despite the E-20's innovations, was still perceived as old-fashioned, and convincing buyers to invest in something they saw as obsolete was a steep uphill battle. Meanwhile, internal combustion engines were improving rapidly, starting faster, running cleaner, and offering greater convenience with an ever-expanding network of fuel stations. By the decade's end, the company had produced only a handful of E-20s, each a testament to perfection, but also to the harsh reality that in the automotive world, the best technology doesn't always win. But some machines leave a mark far deeper than sales figures suggest. Though only a handful of E-20s were ever built, their influence rippled far beyond their production run. Engineers marveled at Abner Doble's solutions. His flash boiler design, seamless torque delivery, and sealed system became benchmarks for steam technology. Even decades later, automotive innovators studying alternative propulsion would reference the E-20 as proof that steam could be modern, efficient, and desirable. Steam revivalists in the 1960s and 1970s often cited the Doble as their inspiration, attempting to replicate its performance in a world newly concerned with emissions and fuel efficiency. While none matched its combination of luxury and engineering precision, the E-20 remained the gold standard against which all steam experiments were judged. Today, surviving examples are treasured by collectors not just for their rarity, but for the engineering genius they embody. Museums place them alongside icons of internal combustion, acknowledging their place in the broader story of automotive progress. In the end, the E-20's legacy isn't measured in its units sold, but in the enduring respect it commands among those who understand what it achieved. So was the 1925 Doble E-20 truly the greatest steam car ever built? Let us know in the comments down below.